Thank you for tuning in tonight to our world premiere, Bringing It Full Circle. Today is Wednesday, June 24th. I'm Selena from Wisconsin.
I'm Andre Robinson from 716 Western New York, Buffalo region.
How you doing tonight, Andre?
I'm feeling very good, very, very good. I'm excited about this.
Me too. You seem relaxed and chill.
Yes, absolutely. About to bring it full circle.
Well, we are going to jump right into the world and national news this evening, starting with, hold up, stimulus check. What? You've been wondering, you've been thinking about it, you've been asking about it. Yes, 2 days ago, Trump spoke on Americans receiving a second stimulus check and that it would be generous. Is he saying how much? No, but he keeps repeating that it will be generous. He states that it could happen in the next couple of weeks. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has set a July deadline to make a decision on whether Americans will see a second stimulus check or not. Why are they taking so long to aid the American people? Well, the problem is the Senate, House, and White House advisors can't seem to agree on the details. Surprise. Yet, some politicians in Washington, including President Donald Trump, seem to have already made up their minds. Some Americans are upset they haven't received the first stimulus check. It is estimated that roughly 35 million Americans have not received their first check. Don't worry, your funds may still be scheduled to come from the IRS later this year. We do suggest you check your address on your account and your account information on your tax returns. Is the information current? If not, you may need to contact the government to update your information in the system. Andre, are you ready for another stimulus check?
Absolutely not.
What?
Yes, absolutely not. No, I actually think, to be honest with you, that they need to do something about paying people's rent. I think that would be more feasible for the American people. Rent. Pay people's rent. Because right now, technically, they're in refuge from a natural pandemic. Their houses are refuge. If you can't go out and work, you can't make the money to pay your rent and other bills. So to get the $1,200, just give us rent free. I'll be all right with that.
I agree with that. There are a lot of landlords as well who are suffering from this, who can't pay their own mortgage and a mortgage from who they're renting to. There's a lot going on with that.
Very true. Very, very true. This pandemic has put a lot of people, put a lot of binds on a lot of people.
Absolutely. How about everyone send us your opinions by tweeting us on Twitter at BIF Circle.
There you go. BIF Circle. You know what it is. Get on Twitter. Let's go.
And now we're going to jump right into Alabama news with Andre.
All right. Alabama news, everybody. Y'all ready? Alabama is jumping and not for the right reasons either, folks. I'm going to be very honest with you. Let's talk about COVID-19. Alabama has over 30,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases as of June 23rd, 2020. State health officials believe that COVID-19 is still spreading. State health officials believe the increase is coming from more testing being available, from gatherings where people are not following COVID-19 guidelines, and from people using lack thereof of preventative measures such as masks and gloves. Yet the combination of pre-existing health conditions and limited healthcare access in the region, along with large numbers of public skepticism, complicates the state government's attempting to manage the virus. The virus is real, no stuff, says William Boyd, former Democratic candidate of the lieutenant governor. It's real and they don't know it's real, and they can come and walk with me to the cemetery. Whoa. There are concerns for the next couple of weeks, especially with the July 4th weekend coming up, because the state had already saw a spike in COVID-19 cases in Alabama after Memorial Day. Government officials are encouraging Alabamans to definitely make sure they follow the social distancing and COVID-19 guidelines that are set in place. So Alabamans, tell us what you think. All right, tell us what you think. Uh, People should do to stop the spread and the increase of cases in Alabama. If you want to give us your opinion, you know what you can do. Send us a tweet on Twitter at BIF Circle. Selena, I have a question for you. My question to you is, what do you think is the biggest contributor to COVID-19 right now?
From my standpoint in Wisconsin, I think, well, all over nationally, there are some places that are opening up too early and people who are diving right in. Um, Businesses, large corporations, um, and we've been so wrapped up and consumed in quarantine that we went stir crazy. And of course, it's been affecting us all. It's been affecting businesses, small businesses, and the economy. But in the same token, we're forgetting that we need to also protect each other from this virus.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. I think COVID-19 fatigue is probably one of the biggest issues right now. And
Absolutely.
COVID-19 fatigue, for those who don't know what COVID-19 fatigue is, it is just being sick and tired of COVID-19, period.
Yes.
People are ready to take the mask off. They're ready to go back to work. They're ready to live life like it was before the pandemic. So
Mhm.
COVID fatigue is real. All right. I just want to mention that. We also have some other Alabama news real quick as far as the Black Lives Matter situation. Um, so Black Lives Matter situation in Alabama, in downtown Montgomery, a city fountain where a slave market was believed to have stood. A new painting proclaims Black Lives Matters has been added to the fountain. Michelle Bauer and a group of artists painted this message around the fountain at Court Square in downtown Montgomery. The painting was completed on Friday for Juneteenth, which refers to June 19th, 1865, the day that marks where enslaved people in Texas learned they were free. The spot is also believed to be the center of slave markets. The fountain is down the street from the Alabama Capitol and near the building where the telegram was sent at the start of the Civil War, ordering Confederate troops to begin bombing Fort Sumner off of the coast of South Carolina. All right. I think that's a phenomenal thing they're doing. Selena, I see more and more now that people are changing the narrative, reversing the narrative. By the way, you can follow us on Facebook as well. We have a reverse the narrative challenge that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. All right, so reverse the narrative. I like it. How do you feel about reversing the narrative?
Sorry, I don't really know. I'm still kind of jumping into this, Andre. I'm still kind of getting into it. So at this point, I don't really know. And I think that's something that you and I need to talk about.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. In Wisconsin news.
All right, we are going to jump into a hot topic right off the bat. Unemployment in Wisconsin. Wisconsin unemployment has been under scrutiny by thousands of citizens across the state who are still waiting for benefits to be paid out. What started to be in an online support group on Facebook called Wisconsin Unemployment Support Group of a few hundred people has quickly evolved into over 2,000 people who now aim to make a social movement. Brett Lipshups of Shorewood, Wisconsin, is one of the 7 administrators of the group who started growing increasingly anxious and depressed after waiting 5 weeks to be paid unemployment benefits. He stayed on to help with the group anyway when he learned that some people had been waiting up to 10 weeks. Others have put politics aside, probably something that we haven't seen in a long time, and began seeking help after finding themselves unemployed and decided to move forward in helping form an action plan. Group leaders have been working together, creating a petition called change.org that calls on politicians to take responsibility for the thousands of backlog unemployment claims. The petition also calls on state leaders to provide more resources for those who are struggling financially due to the wait for the payout. Proof of outreach. They want proof of outreach for those whose telephones and internet have been cut off, because that has been a real struggle for some of the citizens here. They have no way to even get a hold of unemployment right now. Some leaders have reached out and say they're turning to members for ideas of how to create a new movement. Shannon Times Rainwater, an owner of 2 businesses, has taken a role in the group, researching and providing resources and answering people's questions. Group members say they do not belong to any organization or political groups and have stood firm in that. Andre, what's going on in New York as far as how the state's been handling unemployment? Have you heard of citizens waiting so long and having to go through the same ordeals?
Yes, that's very interesting that you said that. I have something here to show everybody just recently, and this is just New York real quick, as we talk about unemployment. So here is the statistics for unemployment and job loss in New York.
Let me see that.
So as you can see, May's job losses, 2020, this has exponentially went down 21%. We've lost 21% of this private sector jobs in May compared to a year ago. How Buffalo and the Niagara job loss compares: Buffalo, Niagara reading 21%. New York State is at 20.2% job loss. Where the jobs losses were the worst, here it is here: construction 14.4, manufacturing 13.3, trade 19.5, financial 4.7, professional services 18.6, education and health services 13.5, leisure and hospitality 55.7, government 7.2, and job losses in our rural counties in Western New York: Allegheny 17.3, Cattaraugus 16.7, Chautauqua 18.3, Genesee 17.9, Wyoming County 15.6. So we are being hit in a major way, not for the good, but for tumultuous losses. We're taking tumultuous losses, especially in employment in jobs right now in Western New York.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Actually, personally, I waited 8 weeks and I couldn't get through. I had 4 phone numbers. I had an email. And then it got to the point where in the community, we started contacting our city representatives, and they actually did help. As far as I know, in my own town, they did help. And a lot of people were getting their unemployment back just by contacting our city representatives.
Yeah, we've got 30,000 people waiting here who still have got callbacks for unemployment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I have a question for you. How do you feel about unemployment as far as people on unemployment versus people who are working right now? Because right now it looks like in some places it's better to be unemployed than it is to actually work a 9 to 5.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Because, well, in Wisconsin, you get, if you were working full time before you were laid off, and you get the maximum, it's $370, and then you have the $600 a week stimulus on top of that, so you can be making up to over $900 a week. So I can't really disagree with that. I can't say that it's fair or not fair. We have our essential workers who were out there and didn't have a choice in risking themselves and making less money than people on unemployment.
Awesome. Not awesome.
I mean, it's not. It's really it's a torn. I kind of feel guilty talking about it myself because I am on unemployment while my boyfriend has been working 2 jobs as an essential worker. So, I mean, it's kind of a riff in itself here in my own home. It's just nobody expected COVID-19 to happen, and it's just something that did happen. And, I'm not putting any personal blame on anybody, but I can feel where the essential workers would be downright mad. Like, I'm out here risking myself and you're sitting at home making more money than I am.
Right. Now, I will tell you, if you want all the information, you can come to DIF Circle News. Come on, tune in. Tune in, tune in, tune in. You got to tune in for this new news platform. All right. Tune in, support us. All right.
Absolutely. I do have one more story from Wisconsin. UW Stevens Point, Wisconsin is offering free online education courses. In the wake of COVID-19 coronavirus, many residents have faced job loss and have turned to different avenues for source of income for education. In response to those uncertainties, UW Stevens Point, Wisconsin is offering free online classes for anyone who wants to continue education, which I think is great. Thank you. I think that's wonderful. Wayne Sorensen, Director of Continuing Education Outreach, stated that these are considered non-credit or training and development courses, therefore are open to the public and won't have to go through admissions process. Participants will have to register, but will also have customer service to support their experience. The courses are designed to sharpen skills, learn new skills, and possibly certify someone in a field of choice. There are a plethora of different courses to choose from, including web page development, supervision management, personal finance, to name a few. When the course is complete, you will receive a certificate of completion, and how it is used is really up to you in the work that you wish to pursue. What do you think about that, Andre?
I think that's phenomenal. People who can get education for free. I know a lot of people are like, well, you got to pay for education.
Right. A lot. You have to pay a lot for it.
Down to the book.
So I'm sorry.
I don't think everything has to come down to a buck.
No. And, while people are stuck in home anyway and don't know what's going to happen afterwards, why not prepare yourself for maybe something different if that's going to be an option or not, but at least that's there for them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I definitely agree with what you're saying, for sure. Yeah. As far as education is concerned, definitely good to know that somebody actually cares.
I agree. Seriously, huge shout out to UW Stevens Point for that.
Absolutely.
Andre, you have some news on New York?
Yes, I do. I have some definite news for you guys. First and foremost, I want to give you a quick update on COVID-19 cases here in Western New York. So let me start off with that. Western New York, just recently, Governor Cuomo released that there will be a phase 4. Phase 4 will include arts, entertainment, but will not include mall openings or gyms. All right. So let me give you the latest rundown on COVID-19 cases here, so everybody can understand what's going on. So COVID-19 in Western New York, confirmed number of cases, 8,830. We have 780 deaths. It's broken down by county. Erie County has 6,821. Niagara County has 1,205. Genesee County 206. Wyoming 85. The Orleans County 259. Allegheny 60. Cattaraugus 82. And Chautauqua County has 112. 112. All right, we discussed major job loss earlier. Now we also trying to track down here cases. There's been a probe called into nursing home deaths. There are a lot of nursing homes that have carried COVID patients right here in the Western New York region. As you can see, it has been a roller coaster ride for the most part. Hospitalizations have went down though. They have went down some in the last month or so. If you look from May to June, they've taken a nice considerable dip. So Western New York, continue to keep doing what you're doing as far as following COVID-19 procedures and social distancing. My question to you, Selena, is what has Wisconsin done in place or put in place to try to keep COVID-19 cases down?
Wisconsin is already opening back up. We've already started phases of salons, and we were scheduled to open back up May 26th is what Governor Evers had proposed and had put into that was our opening date, was May 16th. Wisconsin Supreme Court overruled that and said, nope, we can open up earlier than that. So it has really been a free-for-all. I don't think the fatigue that you talked about is definitely real. As far as the nursing homes, that really touches my heart personally. And I know there are a lot of people that have been affected by people getting sick and dying during COVID-19. It's definitely real. In the same token, it's the same. People want to see their families. They miss their families. But as far as the state moving forward, they haven't. I personally haven't seen much responsibility come from the state. I've seen them pushing more to open the state than, not necessarily from Governor Evers, but the Supreme Court of Wisconsin has been counteracting him at every turn.
Okay. Wow. We got to do better. We got to do better in some places. All right. Moving on to online education. Something that you were just talking about earlier. Online education. Governor Cuomo has been quoted recently that he wants to continue to push social distancing learning permanently. He's also had conversations with Bill Gates and Melinda's Gates Foundation as far as different ways of trying to promote social distancing social distancing learning within the homes. Instead of coming back to school, they would have what is called blended courses at home, computer-based courses. If you guys have a problem with that idea, you can again hit us on Twitter, BIF Circle. I'm gonna be honest with you, I am not a fan of this at all whatsoever. I think there's a lot of nonsense that is included in that. And coming up this week, I will have somebody who will come on the show for Citizens Voice who will explain that specifically. Selena, how do you feel about social distancing based learning?
We actually are doing something similar. I know in our own hometown, I had just read a news article that there's 3 different options for kids to come back to school. One is online, doing it all online. One is coming back to school, and there being social distancing within school and sanitizing. I believe it was school would be 4 days a week, and then sanitizing and heavy duty cleaning 1 day a week. And then there's also the combination of the two, which to me, I didn't really understand. I didn't see what the point of that was. Um, After talking to my daughter and some of her friends who are in the high school, I kind of get it. They're sitting there antsy too, and they want to see their friends, but they also don't want to go back to school full time. That's of course looking at it from a teenager standpoint. I personally would rather have my daughter at home.
Okay. So you would rather have them at home? All right. Understandable.
Yeah, it's really, it's like I said, there's so much uncertainty, and I would love to have different opinions because I know there's a lot of parents sitting in the same boat as us who um don't know where to go. You know, with Wisconsin opening back up early, it's not, it kind of seems like, and maybe it's just me, but it just kind of seems like something that's being put on the back burner. We're going to send them to school, and these are what we have in place, and we're going to do something, but we're opening.
All right. Interesting. If you want to continue the conversation, hit us on Twitter, BIF Circle. All right. At BIF Circle on Twitter. Or you can hit us on Facebook as well. You know who we are, Selena Cyber and Andre Robinson. You can hit us anytime, inbox us any questions or thoughts you may have on any of the topics that are on the Bring It In Full Circle platform. I do have something else to talk about, and this is actually a really, really nice topic, you guys. It is the Black Lives and Bowties event that just went on with Crystal Peoples. So I have some phenomenal, and I say that like 3-4 times, but phenomenal community activists in our community. Dominique Calhoun was the one who organized this Black Lives and Bowties call for action for police reform, which it was a phenomenal event. We do have some footage of it here. This is what it looked like here at Crystal Peoples Stokes' office space, where these guys came together and had great conversation. There's Dominic Calhoun, who will be on the show real soon for our Rise Up. By the way, if you want to nominate someone who is doing phenomenal things in the community, hit us up. Again, you can hit us on the Facebook page, Bringing It Full Circle Facebook page, or BIF Circle on Twitter. We definitely want to bring them on the show and highlight them for the phenomenal job that they've been doing in their communities. All right. So, quick question on gun reform, on police reform.
Yes.
Do we need to tighten up on police reform? Just real quick before we get into our weather.
Yes. Absolutely. On police reform, absolutely. I stand strongly in that. There needs to be a change. Absolutely. How we go about it, I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of diving headfirst in this. So this is where I've been starting off, is to educate myself and trying to educate those around me. But that's why this news segment is so important, so that we can have these discussions, and people can also interact with us through Twitter, through our email, through our Facebook pages. Andre and I both have our own Facebook pages that you can go to, Bringing It Full Circle Andre has his and I have mine. If you have ideas, if you have opinions, you can reach us there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get into our weather segment. Selena, how's the weather looking in your neck of the woods?
Well, tomorrow in and around the Madison area, looking for mostly sunny with a high of 82, dropping to 63 come sleepy time, and a low chance of 10% not participation.
Precipitation.
Thank you. Precipitation. Um, so that's what we're looking for tomorrow. So it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. And what about in Alabama?
Alabama weather, I tell you. Shall we say scorching? Scorching hot? I mean, yeah, Alabama weather definitely. They're looking at wow, scorchers all week, scorching weather. Make sure you put on your suntan lotion. Yeah, shorts, t-shirts, maybe even a little bit too hot for sneakers. You might want to get you some slides as it's going to be in the high 80s. All right. Get ready for a whole lot of humidity in Alabama. Roll Tide. They need it.
Suntan lotion?
Yeah, a lot of suntan lotion.
No sunscreen. I don't want wrinkles.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. No wrinkles, no skin cancer.
Absolutely. Now, I will tell you about New York weather real quick. I'll give you some New York weather updates. Here is your New York weather right here, Western New York. Everybody in the 716 region, make sure again, BIF Circle. All right, on Twitter, bringing it full circle on Facebook. All right, you can get your news, weather, the whole 9 yards right here. Yes, and of course, you know I had to have it. Here's the weather for today, folks. It was supposed to be 68 with a mix of clouds and sun. Gusty winds developing this afternoon. Yeah, right. It's a scorcher. It's like 80 degrees out here right now. All right. Tonight's supposed to be 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies. I will be at work. Yeah. I will be out there. Winds at 17 miles per hour. 10% chance of rain. Humidity up to 68%. All right. This week, coming up, your weekend watch. All right. Yeah, you've seen it. Your weekend watch, Saturday, 75 with a chance of rain, 90% chance of rain. You will have the winds at 21 miles per hour. Sunday, 79, partly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. The winds will go down a little bit. To start your work week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, happy days, right? 82 on Monday, sunny. Tuesday, 82, mostly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Wednesday, 83, partly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Thursday, 85 with a low of 67, partially cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Winds will be at 8 and 9 miles per hour all week. As on Friday, 85 degrees, 67 will be the low, partially cloudy, 20% chance of rain. And there you have it. There is your New York, Western New York, 716 weather.
You did better than me. I will tomorrow in Wisconsin weather. I will keep everybody updated with the weekly newscast weather report.
Absolutely, as the weather always changes.
You're a better weather person today.
All right. Let's explain to everybody what Rise Up is. Rise Up again is Rise Up is where we definitely highlight community. We highlight the community, everything that they're doing in a positive manner. We like to highlight. There's enough negativity to go around that we need to continue to highlight more positive peers. So that's what we like to do on Rise Up. We like to highlight that in a special way. And our citizens' voice, which you will see tomorrow. Our citizens' voice is where citizens can call in, talk about different topics. We have someone special for you tomorrow. All right, for citizens' voice. Selena,
What's up?
this has been a whole lot of fun.
It has been. I'm super, super excited about this. I need my community to get on board with me. I need to put a news team together. I need some of you out there in the field for me. I'm going to give you guys a shout out. I've reached out to a couple of you. Well, maybe one specifically. But you guys know who you are. You know I've got my eye on you. I'm going to need some help out here, getting some news out there, getting some diversity in the show. So this is your chance to rise.
Absolutely. I want to shout out a team that we already assembled. Dorothea Franklin. I want to shout out Dorothea Franklin. Phenomenal community activist in the 716 region. Also, Taniqua Simmons. Shout out to Taniqua Simmons for her being a pioneer out here in these streets, taking it to the streets, and her beautiful community activism that she portrays every day. And on top of that, she spills the tea on what's really going on in our 716 community. And of course, the person that we talked about earlier, Black Ties, Bow Ties, Black Lives and Bow Ties. Yes, Dominique Calhoun as well. I want to shout her out as well. We are working on a phenomenal team to bring you real news. Okay, real news.
Rise up to rise to opportunity.
Absolutely. We want to thank you so very much for watching us. This has been a dream come true. First time. Please be patient with us. But at the same token, please continue to support us. We will bring this to you 2 times a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You can watch on the OnPoint network at 9 p.m. Central, which is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Facebook, we will be recording this at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Come here, get your real news, all right? Get your news, weather, and all types of great highlights. All right, rise up and citizens with a voice. All right, we'll have a call line for you tomorrow. Obviously, the call line is 716-243-5669, but we will have that call line open for you tomorrow as well for a citizen's voice. All right, we want to thank you so very, 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 very kindly. Thank you for supporting us and continue to tune in to Bringing It Full Circle with Andre. I am Andre.
And Selena, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And we're going to keep on bringing it full circle to you guys. Phenomenal.